Arithmetic progression example problems of exercise 1.2. Question number 1. Find the 10th term of the progression 2, 7, 12. Let us first try to understand the question and make note what are we supposed to find. We are supposed to find the 10th term, which is a 10. Yes. Then we understood what to be found. Then let us try to collect the information what are given in the question. It is given AP, in which first term is 2 and second term is 7. When first and second terms are given, we will get the information about the value of D. We get the value of D. Yes, we'll just make note of the same. N value is 10 as 10th term to be found. A value is 2 and D value is second term minus the first term. It's gonna be 5. Then just go ahead with your formula. An is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. By substituting the value, An, that is nothing but A10. What is the value of A? It's 2. What's the value of N? It's 10. What's the value of minus 1? It's gonna be the same. Then D value, it's 5. Yeah, right. Then 10 minus 1, it's gonna be 9 into 5. The bracket tells us its product. Yes, 9 into 5 is 45. Why are we supposed to first multiply instead of adding 2 plus 9? See, according to board mass, in mathematics some operations have priorities. For example, as I was trying to tell you, it's board mass. When you talk about board mass, B stands for bracket and D stands for division. Here M stands for multiplication. First we are supposed to go ahead with multiplication before any addition or subtraction. So we multiplied, then we'll add with 2. You're gonna get 47, where we say the 10th term of the arithmetic progression is 47. Coming to the next question. The next question is, which term of the AP? Yeah, make a note, which term of the AP. When they say which term, the value of N to be found. Let us assume the given term to be the last term, minus 81 to be the last term. Then we will try to find the value of N. So let us make a note of the same. Yes. Yeah, the note is given. If any question is based on which term, how many terms or number of terms, then the value of N to be found. Here let us assume the last term to be minus 81, and yes, the last term is minus 81, where An is equals to minus 81, and the value of N to be found. Then value of A, it's 21. Then value of D, subtract your first term from the second term, you're gonna get the value of D, that is 18 minus 21. 18 minus 21, yes, you're right, it's minus 3. Then as usual, the formula, let us substitute the values. 81, instead of An we gonna write minus 81, and A value is 21 and N value we don't know, and minus 3. See, whenever you write the value of D, let it be in the bracket if it is negative, because if it is minus, the meaning of it gets changed. It is different. Yes, when it is written without the bracket, then the relationship between N minus 1 and minus 3, it's gonna be negative. Since it is in the bracket, we consider it to be multiplication. Let me take an equal sign here. Let us assume it's like A minus 3. See, the relation between A and 3 is nothing but minus. If in case if this was written A of minus 3, then it is considered to be multiplication. So here it is into D, so let us write any negative number in the bracket. Yes. So now 21, let us transpose to the other end. 21 is transposed the other end, it's gonna be minus 21. Here both are negative. If both are negative, we can add it. If numbers of same sign, we will try to add it, here minus and here minus, so both are of same sign, we add it, we have minus 102 into n minus 1, equals n minus 1 into minus 3. Now let us transpose this minus 3 the other end, as it is the relation between the first term and the second term is multiplication, so the other end it's gonna be division. Yes, when it is division, let us try to cancel it, minus minus gets cancelled, or minus into minus is plus, then here 3 one time, 3 3s are 9 and 1 carried forward, it's 3 4s are 12, so we write 34 equals n minus 1, and transpose 1 the other end, it's gonna be 35. Yes, they asked us to find which term of the AP is minus 81. Yes, we say 35th term is minus 81, and there is second question also, is any term called 0? Is any term 0 in the given progression? Yes, let's try to find it. The same way, we just make note of the value of n, a and d, an, and apply the formula, then substitute the values. They have asked us to find if there is any term 0, so I consider it to be an. Some term an is called 0, so n value to be found, a value is 21, d value is minus 3 from the previous question. Then here the formula is here, let us try to substitute. Here it is an, what's the value of an? It's gonna be 0. What's the value of a? It's 21. What's the value of n to be found? Yes, and the value of d, it's minus 3. And here 21 going the other end, transpose the other end, it's gonna be minus 21. Then transpose your minus 3 the other end, it's gonna be divided by minus 3. As we know, the relationship between first term and the second term is nothing but multiplication. And now what we have is, it's minus and minus gets cancelled, 3 7 times is 21, so we have 7 equals n minus 1, and we transpose minus 1 the other end, it's gonna be plus, so 8th term is 0. 8th term of the given progression is 0. Yes, coming to the next question, determine the AP whose third term is 5 and the 7th term is 9. See, here they have asked us to find, determine the AP. When they say determine the AP, they are asking us to find first 3 terms of the AP. Find the first 3 terms of the AP. Then the hint is given, third term is 5. So when they say third term, we make note A3 equals 5. It is A3 equals 5, and A3 can also be written as A plus 2D with the help of our formula. As you know, the formula is an is equals to A plus n minus 1 into d. N is nothing but the position of the term d. See, here it is n, so here we subtract 1 from that n. Here it is 3, subtract 1 from the 3, it's gonna be 2. So it's A plus 2D. I hope you understood the concept. Yes, now we'll go ahead with the 7th term. The 7th term is 9, and A7, once again it's given in English, me writing it in the arithmetic expression progression form, and 7, so we write 6D. It's A plus 6D is equals to 9, equation number 2. Now let us try to solve the equation 1 and 2. When we write it something like this, yes, and now we go ahead with 2 equations. Then here I'm gonna subtract equation 1 and equation 2. Whenever we subtract, we try to change the sign, cancel this plus, give the minus sign. Here it's already positive, so give the negative sign. A minus A, it's gonna get cancelled. 2D minus 6D, it's gonna be minus 4D, and 5 minus 9, it's gonna be minus 4. What's the reason to be minus 4D? As we know, when there are two different signs, we will have to subtract and give the greater number sign, 6D. I usually give an example like this. Let us assume plus in the sense boys, minus in the sense girls. So boys 2, girls 6. Who is in more number? Girls. How many more? 4 more than boys. So it's minus 4. I hope you understood. Yes. Then here, when I transpose this, it's gonna be divided by minus 4 divided by minus 4. We gonna get d value as 1. Yes. Then substitute the value of d in any one of the equation, either in equation 1 or in equation 2. So here I choose equation 1. A plus 2d is equals to 5. The value of d, it's gonna be 1. So 2 into 1 is 2, and transpose the other end, it's gonna be 5 minus 2, where it's a equals 3. Once we have the value of a and value of d, now we can find the arithmetic progression. Write the first number as it is 3. Keep on adding 1 to the preceding term, that is a. 3 plus 1 you're gonna get 4, 4 plus 1 you're gonna get 5, 5 plus 1 you're gonna get 6, so on. Yes, students, if there is any doubt, please try to comment so that we will try to clarify your doubts. Teaching is not dictating, or it's not explaining what we know. It's just clarifying the doubts of the students. So try to comment your doubts, and not only from the topic what is being taught. If there is any doubt in any topic in any subject, please try to comment so that we will get back to you with your answers. Now check whether 301 is a term of the list of numbers 5, 11, 17, 23. I believe that this is in the form of arithmetic progression because 6 is added successively, so the value of d remains 6. The value of d remains 6. What's the reason for the value of d to be 6? 6 is continuously added to get the succeeding term. And just check the note. Question is based on which term? Check is a term, how many terms and number of terms, then the value of n to be found. Here they have asked us to check if 301 is a term. Then obviously we are supposed to find the value of n. Yes. Note down what is being given. Yes. So let us consider an to be 301, like the last number. Then the value of a, it's gonna be 5. The value of d, as we have already mentioned, it's gonna be 6. Then write the formula. An is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d, and substitute the values accordingly. So an is 301, a is 5, and n value to be found, d value is 6. So transpose 5 to the other end, it's gonna be 296 when you subtract and divide it by 6, where 296 divided by 6 is 296 is not divisible by 6, I believe. The reason for this, let me check it out here. 6 4s are 24, so remaining is 5. When you forward the 5, carry forward it, it's 56. 56 is not divisible by 6 table. Therefore the given term, that is 301 is not the term of the given arithmetic progression. So now let us go ahead with this. 301 is not a term of the given list of numbers, just because the value of n is not a whole number. Coming to the next question, how many 2-digit numbers? You just check what is the question. How many is again the value of n to be found. When there is a word how many, the value of n to be found. How many? Okay, 2-digit numbers are divisible by 3. First of all, we'll check what do you mean by 2-digit number. The first 2-digit number is 10, I believe. That is the 2-digit number. The other one is like 9. It's just 9. It's digit, one single digit. 10 is the first 2-digit number. Is that divisible by 3? Obviously no. Then what's the second digit? Second number is 11. Is that divisible by 3? No. Then what is the next? 12. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, of course it is divisible. Then make note, that is your value of a. That is the first term. Okay, whatever I explained, we just gonna put it here. Let us note the first and the last 2-digit number. of this two digit number. How many two digit numbers? So first we want first two digit number and the last two digit number to be found. Okay, here, and the first two digit number, as we know, it's gonna be 10, but it is not divisible by 3. Then which is the first two digit number divisible by 3? Is nothing but 12. Yes. Then the last two digit number is 99, obviously, and that is divisible by 3. Yes. So the value of a is 12, the last two digit number is 99 and is divisible by 3. So we make a note like an is equals to 99 and a is, yes. And here we are checking if a number is divisible by 3. So the value of n to be considered 3. Value of n to be considered as 3. Okay, the value of n as the numbers are divisible by 3. What is the reason? See, first number is 12. Then what? Which is the next number divisible by 3? It's gonna be 15. Which is the next number? It's gonna be 18. So 3 is consecutively added to get the succeeding number. So the value of d remains 3. Then substitute your note down the formula and try to substitute the values accordingly. You get the value of n. So an is equals to, yes, the last digit, which is at 99, the last number, a value is 12, n minus 1, 3. Then transpose 12 to the other end, it's gonna be minus 12. So we have 87, then divided by 3. So here, when you divide it by 3, I guess you have the answer 29. Yes, here 3 2s are 6, 2 will be carried, 3 9s are 27. So transpose 1 to the other end, it's gonna be 30. Then how many two digit numbers are divisible by 3? You're right, 30 numbers are divisible by 3. 30 two digit numbers are divisible by 3. Students, if there is any doubt, as I keep telling you, try to comment so that we will get back to you with your answer. Yes. Then find the 11th term of from the last. Find the 11th term from the last term. Okay. So here they have asked you to find the 11th term, then we'll have to find A11, but here a small correction, it's from the last. So if it's from the last, let me consider minus 62 to be the first number and 10 to be the last number, because the question is to be reversed, the number pattern to be reversed. It's like minus 62, so on, 4 7 10. What's the reason? Because I wanna find the last term, 11th term from the last. Okay, 11th term from the last. So let us reverse the given number pattern, that is like minus 62 be the first term and 10 be the last term. Now, so the value of a, it's gonna be minus 62, the value of an, it's gonna be 10, and the value of d, it's gonna be 3. How come? See, it's like 10 minus 7 or 7 minus 4. Sir, here we have no numbers, but how? Yes, the value of d is nothing but any number minus the previous number. So it's 10 minus 7, it's gonna be 3. Okay, fine. Let me use the formula now. The formula, as we know, we have n is equals to n is equals to 11, as we need to find the 11th term. Yes, and formula is an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now the value of an, it's gonna be 10, the last term. Oh, sorry, we are find not the last term, we are supposed to find the 11th term. So n value be 11, a is equals to minus 62, then value of n is 11 minus 1, and d value we have substituted. As we know, 11 minus 1 is 10 into 3. We know what's the reason to multiply it first, it's gonna be 30. Then yes, the 11th term is minus 32, and we are not supposed to just leave it out just like that. We are supposed to mention it very clearly that the 11th term of the AP from last, this word is very much important. From last is minus 32. 11th term from last is minus 32. If you just say the 11th term is minus 32, then we'll have to consider it from the beginning. So it's very much important to write the statement. Okay, coming to the next question. A sum of rupees 1000 is invested. Sum of rupees 1000 is invested at 8% simple interest per year. Calculate the interest at the end of each year. I repeat, calculate the interest at the end of each year. Do these interests form an AP? Do these interests form an AP? See, I have a bad habit. I don't go through the full question because I will get confused if there are too many statements. First, a sum of 1000 is being invested, 8% simple interest per year. So let me calculate the interest. First, let me calculate the interest. As we know the simplest interest formula, SI, that is simple interest, is equals to PTR divided by 100. Yes. So here the principal, P is principal, T is time, and R is the rate of interest. P, it's gonna be 1000. Yes. And time is 1 year into 8 divided by 100, where we gonna get 80. The interest at the end of second year. See, if it is second year, we are trying to calculate the interest for 2 years. So the time T, instead of T, we have 2 over here. It's gonna be 160. How is that possible? Yes, as we know, here we cancel 2 zeros and here 2 zeros, or 100 tens are 1000. 2 into 8 is 16, 16 into 10 is 160. Then for third year, I am just gonna multiply 80 into 3, it's gonna be 240. What's the reason? It's again 2 zeros gets cancelled. 3 into 8 is 24, 24 into 10 is 240. So the first year interest, if it's for 2 years, if it's for 3 years, then we'll mention. Similarly, we can obtain, yes, for any other years like 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever it is. Yes. Then therefore the interest are 80, 160, 240 and so on. And the thing till here we found it. Calculate the interest. Do these interests form an AP? We need to check if these interests form an AP. Absolutely right, you're right. Yes, it's 80. The next is another 80 is added to get 160, another 80 is added to get 240, another 80 will be added to get 320. You're right. So yes, it is in AP, but we cannot do the same thing in our examination. We cannot just tell them orally, so we'll just try to note. To check if it's a sequence, we will have to find the value of D. Yes, D is equals to second term minus the first term, or the third term minus second term, and they need to be equal. That is what we have mentioned here. Yes, let us check if that is equal. 160 minus 80 or 240 minus 160, it's the same 80. Therefore yes, they form the AP. As the value of D is constant, the sequence is in AP. Then if so, find the interest at the end of 30 years, making use of this fact. 30 years, then I say the value of N to be 30. The value of N to be 30. If the value of N is 30, then what is value of A? Value of A, value of D. Then obviously, it's easy to find the value of A, 30. So coming here, to find the interest at the end of 30 years, the interests are 80 for first year, for 2 years, for 3 years. Then the value of A, 30, because 30 years, the value of N, it's gonna be 30. And yes, the value of A, it's 80. The value of D, it's 80. 160 minus 80. Yes. And the formula, as we know, it's like A plus N minus 1 into D. Shall we substitute the values accordingly? Yes, AN, it means A30. A is 80. N minus 1, so 30 minus 1 into D, it's gonna be 29. Here see, here 180, here 29 into 80, 29 into 80. Let me use our small, a bit of algebra over here. It's like 80, I consider it to be A, plus 29A. So I can just mention it as 30A. If you are right, I guess I'm right. Yes, so 30A, A is nothing but 80. So 0 into 0, we're gonna write 2 zeros, and 3 into 24, we write it as 24. So it's 2400. Yes, I hope you understood. Yes, otherwise we can also multiply this to first, then add 80 to that. Yes, you can do it. I felt this is a bit easy, so I just wanna give a hint how can we make it simple, the multiplications. Yes, coming to the next question. In a flower bed, there are 23 roses in the first row, 23 roses in the first row, and in the 21 in the second, 19 in the third, and so on. There are 5 rose plants in the last row. How many rows are there in the flower bed? Okay, make a note. How many rows? How many? The meaning of which n to be found. Yes, the value of n to be found. Okay, the value of n question mark. Okay, then here in a flower bed there are 23 rose plants in the first row. 23 rose plants. I'll just make a small diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4. It just goes on. Let us assume it to be 23. Then next it's gonna be somewhere here. 1, 2, 3, and here it's gonna be 21. So the difference between first and the second row is nothing. Yeah, as I was trying to tell you, the numbers between, the difference between the two rows is nothing but -2. Initially it's 23, then here it's 21, so the difference is -2. It's getting reduced step by step. Yes, obviously the next would be like, okay, it's already mentioned it to be 19. Then if this goes on, at certain point we gonna have 5. So what I mean to tell you is this first row in arithmetic progression it's a1. The last row it's gonna be an. An is from our question it's 5. Okay, let me make note of what is whatever we understood. We just make a note for the exam point of view. Let us first convert the statement into mathematical expression. Obviously it's in English. Yes, the numbers of plants in first row it's like 23, a1. Then number of plants in the second row it's 21, and third row it's 19, and so on. The last row it is 5. An equals 5. Then as we know, based on which term, check is the term, how many terms, number of terms, what are we supposed to find is, yeah, right, it's n. So next what we are supposed to do is total number of rows to be found, that is like n again. Then coming to difference, that is d. Yes, it's -2. Why is that? It's keep on reducing. It started with 23 and 21, 19, it's going on, it's getting reduced, so minus sign to be given. I hope you understood with what is done. Okay, fine. Yes, then okay, let me use the formula, substitute the values. Yes, an, the last term is 5 and the first term is 23. Let me transpose 23 the other end. Yes, we gonna get -18. 23 minus 5, it's gonna be -18. Then transpose -2. It's not see, -2 when you transpose it should be +2, but in this case it's gonna be -2. What's the reason? Comment. Yes, I hope you understood. Yes, so okay, here we have minus and minus gets cancelled to 1 time. Yeah, right, it's to 9 time. Then 9 is equals to n minus 1, where it's gonna be 10. So what is your question? How many rows? Obviously there are 10 rows in the flower bed. Okay, I hope you understood. If there is anything to be improved in my explanation, or if there is any doubt, what are you supposed to do? You're right. Yes, comment. Okay.